What's up? Got another ride review video for you today. This one is the Honda Grom, probably one of the more popular small displacement bikes. Anyways, shout out to McMone Powersports for making this video happen. They are the reason I'm able to give you all these test ride review videos. Very knowledgeable, friendly staff. If you're in the market for a power sports vehicle, check these guys out. All right, let's get right to it. So, swinging my leg over, super short. I'm 5'10", and it is pretty comfortable. Knees are going to be up a little bit higher. For short riders, it's going to be awesome. Feels nice, got a nice rumble to it. Kicker in the first, a little acceleration. Very easy to handle at slow speeds. It's got a good balance to it, and seat's pretty comfortable. You're actually pretty upright for how small of a bike it is. I like this display. It's got a gear indicator light on it, as well as your speedometer, odometer, and all that. Holy sh! It would not shift. I was kicking that so hard, and it was just not going up. It has a shift indicator light at the top, which is great, especially for beginners. It does have some decent braking compared to some of the other smaller displacement bikes we've ridden, which is good because I know this one is a little bit quicker. I'm not a huge fan of these smaller bikes in areas like this, like the 50-55 mile an hour speed limit areas where you got 4 lanes of cars, just because it doesn't have a ton of presence. It's a small bike. It's going to be harder to be seen. They're not very loud stock. Obviously, you can make some modifications, but stock, they're not very loud, so you're not going to be hurt as easily. So you really do have to pay attention more when you're riding in areas like this. Right now we're basically 55. I would say pretty much maxing out right now at 55, 56, and we're getting a little bit shaky. It's just a little bit shaky at this top speed. But it is also windy, so obviously we're not taking this on the freeway. Not super stable there, but in the 35, 40 mile an hour range, it's totally comfortable. But I think this bike would excel really well in a downtown area or real small city, real small town. A place where most of the traffic is 35 miles an hour. You could also do, in slow traffic, you could do some lane splitting with these if it's legal in your area. It's a real nimble, easy to control bike, so that would be no problem. Also, great gas mileage. These things get like 100 miles to the gallon probably? Yeah, it looks like right now average 107 miles to gallon on average. That's incredible. And stop and go wouldn't be too bad on this. Throttle is really responsive, easy to control at slow speeds, and it's not very tall, so if you have to put your feet down, it's not like you're going to be standing up on this thing. I don't love the shifting. It's not as clunky of a feel as I would like, but it's definitely not bad. And the seating position, it's not bad. I'm 5'10", and my knees fit in this really nicely. Oh, suspension is definitely stiffer on this thing. It does not have the friendliest suspension. A little bit stiffer suspension, but it's not bad. It feels really good to maneuver. I'm gonna do some handling around these. And obviously we're not going fast, but that's not what this bike is designed for. This bike is designed for a little bit slower speeds. And most owners of these bikes, they're just gonna be going 25 to 35 miles an hour. The really nice thing about these Groms is the aftermarket scene is amazing. There's a countless amount of parts and accessories for these things. They're so customizable, and what's nice is they're fairly inexpensive for these and for the parts. Feels good. I really like these handlebars. I don't have the narrowest shoulders, and they're really comfortable. Yeah, the suspension is not the greatest, but it does give you a little bit more sporty feel. The bike feels good. I'm having a good time on it. It feels very new. Obviously it's a new bike, but it gives you that new bike feel where it just does everything that you want it to do. Like there's no delay in things, or very little delay. So you touch the gas and it's going. You touch the brakes and you're stopping. It's It's very user-friendly. It feels very intuitive. It's just everything you want a new bike to feel like. This is it. There's no lag or delay in anything that you do. It's very direct. Everything just works the way you'd want a new bike to. It just feels very controllable. And obviously, the more in control of the bike you are, the safer you're going to be. So who do I think this bike is for? You're beginner. Like this is going to be a great friendly beginner bike to get on. It's really easy to ride. It's easy to shift. It'd be a good starter bike. Not a ton of power, obviously. I always say in all my videos, any amount of power is enough power to get you hurt or get you in trouble. But I think this would be a great bike to learn on, a great bike to learn the basics. It's really easy to handle. Also, your modifier, somebody that wants something inexpensive that they can customize and make their own. Like I said, this is like not in a bad way, but this is like the Honda Civic of motorcycles. Parts are readily available, and it's pretty inexpensive to do modifications, upgrades to these. And honestly, for like an advanced rider, this would be a really fun little bike to be on. If you're an advanced rider and you just want something that's like, it doesn't have all the power, it's not as intimidating, this would be fun to just putz around. You riders wanting to get into stunts and doing wheelies and things like that. This is not a ton of bike in terms of weight, so it would be a lot more forgiving when learning things like that. And also somebody that just wants a less expensive bike to commute. Like I said, you're gonna get like 100 miles to the gallon on this thing, which is crazy cheap. I like to talk about the ability to get in and out of sticky situations, and this is kind of right in the middle, just enough power, to be able to pull the throttle and get yourself out of a jam. Good braking power too. It's not a super heavy bike, so that's nice. This is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this ride. Honestly, I've been considering getting one of these myself, and I already own a larger sport bike.
And I know I talk safety a lot. I do get a lot of shit for not wearing proper safety gear, but I don't necessarily wear nothing. No, I don't have any lowers on right now, and it's mainly because I don't own any. I've been working on a gear sponsor, but I am wearing a padded jacket, and I am wearing riding shoes and a helmet. So, all right, that's the Grom. So now I'm gonna go do a review video of the comparable bike to this. So go check that out. That'll be in the description below if you want a comparison between this and its competitor. Anyways, thanks for watching. Again, thanks to McMone Powersports for making this video possible. And yeah, we'll see you next time.